Hey, Ed, good morning. Stephen Reeker here. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Stephen. Doing fantastic, interesting. Look, our topic for today is medical professionals love three proactive wellness. They're looking at it not only as a product line, but as a way to increase their bottom line.
Yes. And an awful lot of them need that increase these days. I mean, the whole world has changed for them in terms of managed care. And, what the insurance companies are beating them up over and so on and so forth. The paperwork
Uh,
is endless.
Yeah, and I'm sure the paperwork is probably monumental. I mean, I can't imagine. Like you said, I praise real estate, and I know what you got to kind of do just for our little bit. You got to save files and do this, and so the medical profession has to be. Of course, I guess a lot of it is online now, but it's still you got to have somebody enter the data and all that good stuff.
You're right. But I mean, beyond that, it's just a big game. I mean, I had, I had prostate cancer just about 2 years ago almost and had surgery. And, the bills that came in were just ridiculously, I mean, huge, but they start high and then they negotiate down, or they know the insurance companies are going to pay them a lot less. So they bill a lot higher to try to arrive at some middle point that they can all live with. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really, it's mind boggling.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Like you said, yeah. So it's the struggle. The insurance companies don't want to pay out, and the doctors are, So it's like it's
Yeah, doctors have more overhead than ever. They've got malpractice insurance. They've got to have all these extra staff people to deal with all the billing headaches and everything else. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's a tough situation, and they got to work a lot harder, see a lot more patients. They're not out on the golf course 3-4 days a week like they used to be. That's for sure.
no, I'm sure. Yeah, well, they're saving in golf balls.
Exactly.
But hey,
Absolutely. Well,
so
let's dive.
anyway, we're talking, like you said, we're talking about the healthcare professionals, and here we are. Medical professionals, whether you're a doctor, a nurse, assistant, a lot of not only are there a lot more. We were talking about bottom line and all, but there's a lot of stress involved in the industry now.
Yes.
Where they're overworked, stress, so time away from their family, these type of things. So
Hmm.
they're all looking at other ways to generate an income stream or whatever. And three proactive wellness is the perfect vehicle.
Yep. It sure is. Definitely is.
So, like I said, three proactive wellness, helping health professionals. And with healthcare becoming more and more competitive, cumbersome, time consuming, and stressful, medical professionals like doctors, the nurses, dentists, dental assistants, chiropractors, I mean, anybody in the field, you probably know a few, Stephen, that are doing this. Some of the doctors on our advisory board, what type of doctors they are. I'm not sure all their.
They're all MDs, I believe. Whereas in most companies, they're just chiropractors. So the fact that we've attracted, a broad range of medical professionals that are legit
Yeah,
doctors,
right.
uh, MDs and NPs, and I don't have their particulars in front of me right now, but
No,
yes,
I know.
well respected um, doctors that are here, because they're impressed with the products, with the science, with their own product experiences. They're not getting paid. They're here as volunteers because they really believe in what the company's doing with our very unique and disruptive delivery technologies to make sure that these nutrients and the trace minerals and everything else are being uptaken into the system at a very, very high level
Yeah.
relative to what other products are out there in the marketplace.
And we did a video Saturday on the PDR, the old physician's desk reference, which is the uh,
Prescribers digital
yeah. There
reference.
we go. It slipped my mind for a minute there. I had the physician's desk reference for so long stuck in my head that but it's you go to pdr.net, you type in three, and our six wellness products all pop up. So the
They
doctors see
did.
that we're in there, which is extremely important because there's very few supplements in the PDR.
Very few indeed, and we're the only company that has all of our products in there. Period. As it relates to supplement industry, and the FDA has to sign off on those raw ingredients before The PDR folks request all sorts of additional data to support the science behind the products, and then and only then do they give them a thumbs up. And we're again, Dr. Dan Gubler did a phenomenal job of
Yes.
positioning and supporting that effort
Yeah.
with those people. They can refer, they go to him because they know he's such an expert on stuff, on a lot of stuff. So
Right.
it's very cool.
And, well, and so, the goal of, what we're talking about, our initiative, and a lot of what we're doing is reaching out to the professionals in the medical field. But people are realizing now too that, it's not all about going and getting high blood pressure medicine. It's about being proactive and not having high blood pressure
Correct. Correct.
or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
doctors are understanding, patients are looking for this.
Hmm.
They can be part of the solution, not just giving them a prescription, but giving them the other alternative to the prescription.
Yes, I mean it's about wellness as opposed to trying to trying to throw band-aids or try to throw drugs at stuff. I mean, if you can avoid that, absolutely. I mean, if I had a magic supplement that would have prevented prostate cancer, I would have been all over that like white on rice. Fortunately, that doesn't exist yet. However, putting the best nutrition in your body to try to be as proactive as you can. I mean, it could have been far, far worse
Right.
if I hadn't been taking some of the measures that I was taking. So I might not be here at this point. So, there's a lot of different ways of looking at it. And there's no guarantees. We don't make any claims, health claims or promises, of course, treat or diagnose anything. But at the end of the day, most people will certainly acknowledge if you put good stuff in, you're giving your body every fighting chance to do what it's supposed to do to prevent disease and illness.
Yeah. And so, like I said, also dental professionals are understanding too. They all are looking to increase their bottom line. There's just, using, and they found that Three's proactive, our products and our global e-commerce platform direct selling model has helped them to increase their bottom line.
Exactly.
So, they're saying thank you, Three, because it's a way to, and not only just use the product line, but to also leverage other people's time, Stephen.
Yep. No, you're very right about that. I mean, excuse me, with health professionals, I mean, they're leveraging their time in that they've got staff that they're obviously paying to support their various efforts, nurses, clerical people, uh, front desk people, etc., scheduling, all the technology they have to use to follow up with their patients to make sure they don't miss their appointments, and pre-check-ins and all that kind of stuff. So all of that, excuse me, all that costs money, but enables them to see more patients. A lot of them are still recording medical notes or office visit notes into a digital recorder, and that's then transcribed or whatever, pasted into patient records. I mean, they certainly have a lot more of that information all consolidated in one place at this point. But all of that costs money as well. And the beauty of our business model is that if they share with the people in their lives, and or they have certain staff people taking on a support role with this Three product opportunity for their patients, then once again they're leveraging the time and efforts of other people. And in this case, you're talking about residual income, because once the client, sorry, once the patients have that great product experience, they're then going to keep buying. And so, as opposed to you need to keep seeing, Jane Doe, or in my case, Stephen, every however long to either address health concerns or have checkups and so on and so forth. So there's a continuing amount of time and effort being expended to continue to get paid. They're trading time for dollars at that point, versus this business model where they are leveraging the time and efforts of other people. And the residual income aspect is certainly very attractive to those that